we truly doomed to relive the same offseason anxieties? Leafs Nation, is the ghost of Mitch Marner's 100 points going to haunt us indefinitely? Or are we finally ready to face the cold, hard reality about how we fill that gaping void? It feels like a desperate scramble, doesn't it? A relentless search for answers in a market that seems intent on playing hard to get. Just when a name like Jack Roslovic emerges as a potential lifeline, offering a glimmer of hope to mend our fractured top six, we're hit with a cold splash of reality. The chase, it seems, is already over. The departure of Mitch Marner to the bright lights of the Vegas Golden Knights wasn't just a trade. It was an earthquake that sent shockwaves through the very foundation of the Toronto Maple Leafs' offensive identity. A staggering 100 points, a magician's touch with the puck, a playmaking genius, all gone. General Manager Brad Treliving has been toiling tirelessly, navigating the choppy waters of free agency and trade rumors, desperately trying to patch that colossal hole. The whispers, the hopes, the endless speculation, all pointed to a crucial need for a top-tier forward who could step into those massive skates. For weeks, one name consistently bubbled to the surface of the rumor mill: Jack Roslovic. An unrestricted, free agent with a knack for offense, he seemed like a logical, if not perfect, fit for a team crying out for scoring punch. Fans debated his potential role, his chemistry with Austin Matthews, and whether he truly possessed the Marner-esque vision this team so desperately craved. He represented a tangible possibility, a free agent who could, perhaps, ease the burden. But now, it appears that particular chapter is closed, leaving us to wonder, what exactly happened? According to hockey insider Elliotte Friedman, a voice of authority in the NHL landscape, the Maple Leafs' pursuit of Jack Roslovic has reportedly reached an abrupt end. Friedman, speaking on the Donnie and Dolly, the team podcast, shed some crucial light on Toronto's thinking, and it paints a picture of a team grappling with fit and financial realities. It wasn't that Roslovic lacked talent, but rather that his perceived role within the Leafs' existing structure didn't align with their immediate needs. Friedman suggested that Toronto viewed Roslovic primarily as a winger for the first line, not as a second-line center, with John Tavares firmly entrenched as the pivot on the second line. Slotting Roslovic onto the top line would have pushed him into a role that, in Friedman's estimation, might not have been his optimal fit. This insight is a crucial piece of the puzzle. It suggests a more nuanced evaluation than simply chasing the biggest name available. The Leafs, it seems, are looking for specific pieces that complement their existing core, rather than just adding offensive firepower indiscriminately. But this also raises a more unsettling question. If a player like Roslovic, a free agent who could have been acquired without giving up assets, is deemed not the right fit, then what is the plan? Friedman's further comments only deepen the concern, as he believes that any external player Toronto must still be targeting will come at a hefty price. A price the Leafs, with their cap constraints and limited trade capital, might be unwilling or unable to pay. This leads us down a path that many fans dread, the possibility of solving the first-line winger conundrum from within the organization. Friedman hinted at this, noting that while the team has drafted a center in the first round, an organizational need that will take years to develop, the immediate solution for that top-line winger spot might have to come from existing players. This isn't necessarily a bad strategy in the long term, fostering internal growth and rewarding players for their development. However, it places an immense, almost suffocating, weight of expectation on the shoulders of certain individuals, particularly as training camp looms and the season rapidly approaches. The most obvious candidate to shoulder this increased burden is none other than William Nylander. Last season, Nylander was a revelation, finishing as the team's second leading scorer behind Marner with an impressive 84 points. More remarkably, he led the franchise with a career-high 45 goals, placing him second overall in the entire league, trailing only the prolific Leon Draisaitl of Edmonton. Nylander's offensive explosion was a testament to his elite skill and his ability to elevate his game. Now, with Marner gone, the spotlight on Nylander will be brighter than ever. He won't just be expected to produce, he'll be expected to drive offense, to be the primary creative force alongside Austin Matthews in a way he hasn't been asked to before. The recent acquisition of Mashas Machelli, a player known for his playmaking abilities, is undoubtedly an attempt to provide some much-needed support. The hope is that Machelli can offer the kind of creative spark that Matthews and Nylander will require to maintain their elite production. But is it enough? Can Machelli, A player with some unknowns after a down season truly fill the void left by a generational playmaker like Marner, or will the pressure on Nylander become too great, forcing him to adapt his game in ways that might not be conducive to his natural scoring prowess? This apparent shift away from Roslovic, coupled with the reliance on internal solutions and the monumental task facing Nylander, leaves a lingering sense of unease. Are the Maple Leafs truly making the best moves to contend, or are they simply reacting to the market's limitations and hoping for the best? The offseason is a crucial time for any franchise, a period to address weaknesses and solidify strengths. While the Sergachev rumors, which we discussed recently, also felt like a misdirection, this Roslovic development feels like a missed opportunity to add a proven offensive talent without sacrificing future assets. As the days tick down to training camp, the picture of the Toronto Maple Leafs forward group remains frustratingly incomplete. The search for Marner's replacement, or at least a collective solution to his absence, continues to be the team's most critical challenge. The Roslovic pursuit might be in the rearview mirror, but the questions it raises about the team's strategy, its asset management, and its ability to truly contend are very much in the present. We're left to wonder if the path they're choosing, one of internal growth and immense pressure on existing stars, will ultimately lead to glory or to another season of what-ifs. What do you think? Leafs Nation, is the team making the right call by reportedly passing on Jack Roslovic, or are we simply letting another opportunity slip through our fingers? Hit that like button if you're as invested in this team's future as I am, and let me know in the comments below, who do you believe needs to step up the most to fill the Marner void? And what's your ultimate vision for this team's top six? Let's get this conversation going.